Hey tribe, Donna here from Transformational Healing, and today we are going to talk about some of the herbs and oils that are commonly associated with the summer solstice. The summer solstice is midsummer, or the mid date in summer, and is often commonly referred to as Litha as well. The dates change each year depending on where the earth is around the sun, but it always falls between June 19th and June 23rd, with June 21st being the most often date that it occurs. This year, for 2021, the summer solstice is with Father's Day on June 20th. We celebrate the summer solstice because it is the longest day of the year and therefore the shortest night. It's a time to celebrate our harvests that have begun to come in with the berries that we can eat and different seasonal fruits and vegetables. And it was a time to gather and get together and just enjoy the warmth of summer and enjoy the blessings that summertime brings, and to make sure that we fill ourselves up with light and love and healing, so that every day from now on, that the days are going to get shorter and shorter and shorter as we move towards the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. And while it is summer solstice here in the northern US, they are actually celebrating Yule, or winter solstice, down in Australia and in South America. Something to always keep in mind when we are celebrating our warm holidays. They are celebrating the opposite. Some of the herbs that right away come to my mind when I think about summer solstice is Yarrow and St Johnswort. St Johnswort is a bright, brilliant yellow flower that comes out and usually doesn't open until right at about solstice. So that is why it is often associated with the summer solstice, because it comes out as a blessing. And so one of the things that I like to do every year is to collect, with giving an offering, of course. I typically like to use tobacco, but you can always use a tiny piece of hair as an offering and ask permission to pick herbs. But I like to gather St. Johnswort, just a small sprig, and a small sprig of yarrow as well. Not Queen Anne's lace, yarrow. We'll talk about that in an upcoming video. Yarrow and St. Johnswort can be placed small pieces in your car for protection for the whole entire year, or they can be hung in a window as protection for your home, or placed on an altar as protection for your home. It brings that sunshine in and brings that warmth in through the whole entire year. And I usually take that from the last year and mix it in with my summer solstice incense and make sure that I burn up last year's and then put fresh ones. I also usually have a habit of going outside right at the sunrise and seeing if I can find dew to wash my face. It's just something that I've picked up over the years. So other herbs that you might think about for summer solstice are citrusy things. So things like lemon balm, lemon verbena, lemon grass, or lemon peel, or even orange and lime peels you could mix in. You might like to make an incense out of that. You might like to make a spray or room spray or an oil out of those citrus oils. Other herbs would be all of the summer floras. So chamomile, jasmine, lavender, rose, blue vervain, red clover, Queen Anne's lace, the yarrow, the St. Johnswort, anything that comes up and bursts at this time of year, even daisies and black-eyed Susans, just fill roses, just fill whatever up with flowers. It is definitely a time for flowers. If you are not a flowery like type person and you're more of a culinary person or more of a herb type of person, you might want to go for the things that are ripe in our garden right now: rosemary, sage, thyme, marjoram, basil, or dill. Those are all associated with the summer solstice. And for resins for the summer solstice, it's sandalwood and myrrh that are most historically attached to the summer solstice, and also cinnamon, believe it or not. For my summer solstice incense, and you can see it here, it is St. Johnswort, yarrow, elderberries, jasmine, vervain, lemongrass, lemon balm, chamomile, red clover, sandalwood, myrrh, rosemary, marjoram, dill, thyme, cinnamon, and intention. So you can see that the back of the bag is a lot more dusty than the front of the bag, and it just depends. So as they settle down, you'll see that the top of the bag gets filled and the bottom is dust. So always make sure that you mix your incense well, because that will happen when you create your own incense, that things that are more powdery will always sift to the bottom of the bag. So you always want to mix them up. Now, when it comes to oils, I like to go with those same light. Just think light, think fresh. So for me, that would be lavender and some of those citrus oils, and perhaps rose or rosewood. I don't typically use jasmine at the summer solstice, or any of those other heavier, sweeter florals, because to me they're just a little bit too heavy. I like to think light, but you always need to have a grounding note when you blend oils. So I tend to head towards rosewood for that little bit of a grounding note in my oils. And remember that whenever you use citrus oils like orange, lemon, mandarin, bergamot, grapefruit, you have to be careful of being out in the sun, because all citrus oils make you sensitive to the sun and increase your chance of getting sunburn. So for the Litha anointing oil here, it is lavender, bergamot, lemon, and rosewood, and a little bit of St. Johnswort in the bottom of the oil. So I hope that that gives you some ideas of things that you can use to increase, or tools that you can use to bring in those light and happy and sunshiny energies that you are welcoming at the summer solstice. And a few reminders. Our shipping delay started today because we will be heading back out to Brushwood Folklore Center for the summer solstice, and we will not ship until the 24th. But starting tomorrow is the summer solstice and Father's Day on Sunday weekend sale. So if you want to take advantage of getting all of the different products and things that are in the store and stocking up on some of those herbs while things are coming in and things are fresh, you might want to do that, and we will be shipping them all out on next Thursday. Now, last Tuesday, we did a walk of one of the sacred areas called the Runestead, which is the Norse or Asatru area that rituals are typically done in at Brushwood. So if you'd like to start seeing some of the different sacred areas or ways to see sacred spaces and how they may be used, I will be doing lots of videos on that coming up in July. But don't miss the one that happened last week about the Runestead. Both of next week's videos are going to be summer herb walks. So we're going to go back into doing herb walks. I'm going to try to do them slightly differently this time, maybe without as many cuts in the videos. But I want to show you how some of the plants we already saw have changed, and also a lot of the things that come out in the summertime. And I'm hoping for, but I don't know if I'll find them yet because I won't record the videos until solstice. I'm hoping that I can find some berries, even if they're not ripe, to be able to show you the raspberries and the blackberries and different things that are going to be coming out. But if not, we'll catch those in August. So many blessings, tribe. Catch up on some of the older videos, and don't forget that if you join the tribe, you get 20% off. But the big sale starts tomorrow, and email tribe always gets a bigger discount than I offer in the regular shops. We'll see you next Tuesday. Many blessings, and have a great weekend.